All right, what's going on, y'all? We're back for another backtesting session today. Um, Sorry, I'm sipping this Diet Coke. We're gonna go ahead and just get right into it today. So I'm gonna have ChatGPT pick me a random date in 2025. July 14th. It's actually my birthday. So we'll do July here. Go in Q. Yes. Go July 14th here. A little bit more summer price action. I think yesterday we did June. So today we'll just continue off with that summer price action. Probably just do a week of data here. And let's see how we can do today. So let's get rid of all these drawings. All right. So clearly we're at all-time highs here. Looks like we want to go ahead and push higher here. I really just want to take longs out of this. Yes, ES at all-time highs. Everyone's at all-time highs. Do have this low inside this 4 hour, but I'm not too worried about it right now. I really would just like to continue taking longs out of this. Ideally, we maybe see price come down into any of this range right here inside of these hourlies. I don't really want to see this one get tapped back into unless we're going to come for this low. Treat this one as a breakaway gap. Yeah, so the same thing with ES. Kind of just want us to see us come down lower. We swept out these lows on ES, so I'm not really thinking we need to go back down here. So we'll see if we have any 15 minutes. We do have a 15 minute as well. Maybe we see price manipulate into this level. This is kind of what I'm eyeing on here. I don't really feel like we have a reason to come back down here. So ideally, I'd like to see something to that point there. So we'll just see what price gives us off open here. But I do want to take longs to the upside. ES is not taking out this data high yet, so we still have that. Alright, price manipulates perfectly down to our key level here. We get no entries though. Highest time frame here is going to be a 3 minute. Resweep. Alright, we're into our next key level here. We're inside this hourly. We get a sweep of these lows. I want to see both of these indexes adjust off this hourly here. And ideally, I'd like to see this 15-minute hold. So we'll see. There's not really an entry point here. I'd have to see all these 30 seconds close. Okay, actually perfect, to be honest. So we get the 30 second. Looks like the 15 minutes still going to hold here. We are inside the 2 minute, but my trade idea, I'm very confident in this, so I could kind of pre-fire this. But ideally here, we wait for this 2 minute to close. Just looks like we're going to continue to push up higher here. I really don't see us coming much lower than displacing off of this 15-minute gap here. Let's go ahead and try this 30 second. Just run these back up to 930 highs. We'll see if me not waiting for this 2 minute really does impact the trade. Ideally, we just see a flush here. And then take it break even at this internal 5 minute. So we'll see what we get here. Nice. I really want to see this 2 minute close here. Perfect. So we get the 2 minute inverse as well as the 30 second. Continue to take it break even at this unfilled 5 minute up here, and just want to see us rip up to 930 highs. strong rejection here off of nothing in particular, to be honest. So looks like we might end up getting stopped out here. Is this a protected low? Not really a protected low, so we could come for the resweep here. All right, back up into profit. I'm just kind of trying to think about what price could be doing here. All right, and we get stopped out on the first trade there. So I like the trade idea. Either way, we would have waited for this 2 minute to close and got our entry up here, and it would have been an instant stop. So it looks like price just wanted to continue to manipulate lower here. We didn't have an SMT. When did this low come get swept? I really did like seeing this right here, this SMT here. I wanted to see us push up higher off of that, but price wanted to come for the resweep here, so that's alright. I really do like the trade idea there. So now we're going to get a liquidity sweep here. We're going to take out this low inside of this hourly, right? Take out this low inside of this 15 minute as well. And we begin rejecting to the upside. Again, I do like these 30-second gaps right here getting inversed. But we'll see, because we did leave behind relative equal lows, so I'm not going to end up. I'll fade this. It looks like it's slightly going to play out here. Alright, we're inside of this 5 minute now. We'll see what this 5 minute ends up doing. Close inside of the 5 minute. Ideally, we still continue to push up higher here. We are also inside of a 15 minute. Now we get the 5 minute delivery. Yes, continues to move lower. SMT at this low. I do think the draw is still higher. I like this inversion. It is small. It's actually very small, to be honest, and we are building up a slight amount of LR here, so I don't love it, and the assets definitely aren't correlated, right? ES isn't delivering off of anything. There's room for ES to go lower here. I'm going to fade this. Hold on. I actually really like this. Let me see. Still SMC is intact. ES is, we did just inverse this on ES, so this is just incredibly V-shaped here. We did inverse the 5 minute, so I can't really take this. Alright, well, guess the draw was just a little bit lower for the day. So, again, coming into the market, I wanted to see us manipulate to the downside and get a move up. But the draw was just, the draw was lower. It looks like price wanted to come manipulate down into this hourly right here, perhaps this hourly, but ideally probably should just gotten out of the markets after that first trade. So, I didn't mind the trade idea at all there, though. Again, all-time highs. So price ended up flipping. It looks like the other, yeah, we ended up flipping bullish here. I guess we got to draw down to this 4 hour. We're inside of this 4 hour now. I want to see this 4 hour act as an inverse. Still delivering off this 4 hour. It should become protected low. So ideally I take longs here for sure. It looks like we might have a data wick. I'd like to see us manipulate into this 15 minute. And we do actually have a data wick as well. So whatever can get me up here. Ideally we don't see price take it out immediately. Give us maybe a slight rejection for the downside here. Now we're going to take it out. So alright, we've taken out the data wick. Looks like we're displacing lower. We'll see what this 15 minute does. We do have a bunch of LR below us. So there's room for price to move lower here, but ideally I still want to continue to long. Very A plus 30 second. Still delivering out of this 15 minute. Delivering off of this 1 minute imbalance as well. The draw does seem to be higher, and we did get a sweep of these lows. I do want to be able to, you know, try out the 30 second a little bit more. Ideally here, I want to be able to use this 30 second time frame a little bit more. So we'll see here. Might take some losses today, but I want to just use the 30 second a little bit more, get a feel for it and everything like that. So as of right now, we'll take a break even at this internal high. But I do like the idea here to try this. We'll go soft stop here, so risk about 0.8. And if we get a close below this area right here, I'll stop out. So all right, stop out there. All right, sounds good. Well, so 30 second is definitely failing on me. I probably could have waited for price to create more structure. There was nothing incredibly obvious about that. It's early into market, so I just want to test out these 30 second inversions. It's going to lead to some more losses today, which is understandable, right? So just expect a little bit more losses today if I am going to continue to use this 30 second time frame a little bit more. Price continues to draw lower from all-time highs. We are rejecting out of this hourly, right? But I just don't see us coming all the way down for this low right here. But there is LR. So I probably could have prioritized that off pre-market for my bias, right? Being this LR. That could get taken here, so. Just chop, nothing. Alright, we are delivering from this 15-minute rejection wick. I mean, this is pretty A plus inversion. We're delivering from this 15-minute rejection wick here. Swept out all the LR. I'll go ahead and try this. Again, we'll go soft stop here. Just take this for a little bit more than a 1-to-1 here. Maybe take right here. We'll see. This could easily get stopped out, right? Because we're right by CE of the 15-minute, to be honest, now that I think about it here. And did the 30 seconds close? If we have a 30-second gap, it did. So we'll try this. Alright, coming up. Not really going to take this break even. Perfect. Go ahead and scale there. What am I in? 1 micro. Go ahead and scale there. And leave a runner up to this unfilled 15-minute BPR. See if we can catch this sort of move here. Alright, and we get stopped out of break even. See if price continues to rip. Slight rejection, and we deliver into the 15-minute, and that would have gotten stopped out of break even as well. So I can't tell if full TP would have gotten hit there. We would have gotten edged by a tick. So just going for the 15-minute unfilled here would have been the ideal play. Either way, we would be break even, but eventually we would have seen full TP hit, and this 1 minute BPR would have been respected. So perhaps after scaling, I could have moved my stops up to like this BPR range. But again, I think going break even was probably the smart play there. Just to, we already took our win. Let's just get out and run with it. So I do like that play though. I ended up taking about a 1 to 2 R. So I like the idea there. We were delivering from the 15-minute. This is more of a gutsy trade, kind of, just being that we aren't in the CE of this 15-minute rejection wick here. But I really do like this setup, nevertheless, right? So not bad. Alright, still trending up to all-time highs here. I really want to see this all-time high get ripped through and get taken. We got this 4-hour inverse here, so looking great. Delivering out of this 4-hour as well. I really want to see us just kind of push higher. It's possible that we get a rejection down into this area right here and sweep out this low. But, I'm not counting on it. This 15-minute could flip. I don't think it's closed yet, but we'll see. Because this 15-minute could flip. We are right now rejecting off of this BPR. It looks like we have equal highs, actually. They barely got ran through, so relative equal highs. We are delivering off this BPR, though, so I really want to see these relative equal highs come get taken. This looks ideal. Looks like we could be in for a good setup here. We are SMT'd with these highs, so we'll just kind of have to see what price gives us off open. I do want to be bullish here for sure, though. Nice. Sweep of that low. Perfect. This is ideal here, so right, we are SMT'd with this low. Even with this low, we're holding this SMC strong. So I really want to see the SMC do its job here inside of this key level and deliver us with a trade higher here. I like this 1 minute V-shaped inversion as well. Go ahead and try this. We do have a 30-second inception gap below. I really just want to see the wicks close down there. So again, probably take a soft stop here. And then these equal highs up here. What else do we have to target? That's a 15-minute as well. Yeah, just take it for these equal highs, ideally here. We will go soft stop, so if I see the bodies close below this area right here, I'll get out, but I'm going to allow wicks below this stop loss position here. And I'm going to risk a little bit less. Right, like if I ended up going for something like this, I'd be, at a 1-to-1. So I like this risk positioning here. I don't remember where I had my ideal stop. Something like this, right? So we'll see how this plays out. Okay, and immediately we get stopped out here. So we're going to see the body close. And that's actually a much bigger loss than I would have liked to take. Give it some more time to rebalance here. Bang, equal highs, take a break even. Alright, so to be honest, that was sloppy. And ideally, I get out right here, right? So I miscalculated my risk. And I think really it was kind of just a greedy stop loss position, right? Like, yes, I wanted to flush through, but in this type of position here, where we're clearly in a downtrend, it's probably, on the 1 minute, at least on lower time frames, it's probably smart to put my stop down here at this swing low. So, it played out. Ideally, I probably should have been out right here. I just ended up messing up my sizing, and I should have risked much less. But the trade idea still played out, and I think we probably end up flushing higher here. Bang. We end up flushing higher here, taking out these relative equal highs. And actually, we create another set of equal highs here. Okay, and those are going to get ran. So, could have held this all the way up here for 1 to 2. That would have been great. Probably taking partials at these equal highs and left a runner. But we got our piece of the pie for the day there. Still at all-time highs, right? Obviously. We'll see if we get delivery down to this 4 hour. Ideally, that is what we see. I don't really want to see us come all the way down to this low, but it is a possibility. Yeah, I'd really like to see us just kind of reject into this area right here. Yes, looks like it's pushing higher. So we'll see what we get here. I'd like to see us come down there into those hourly gaps. No relative equal lows. So yeah, ideally that's what we see. So we'll see what price gives us off open though. Nice. We ended up projecting lower. Okay, again, nothing yet. We are creating this trendline liquidity right here. This trend line is holding strong. I want to see this trend line broken. Nothing really that I like here. Alright, again, trend line. Tory trades would be banking right now. I guess their trend line kind of was broken, so. But still, not the sweep of liquidity that I really wanted to see there. I really want to see all these come get taken out. Right, like. And it looks like these are all a result of this 15-minute. We actually have a slight hourly in here, so. Looks like that's what price is rejecting off of very hard here. And we get 10 a.m. news here, so. We'll see. Nothing really screams high probability to me here. I'd really like to see all these lows come get taken and then maybe get a trade up to data highs here. Nice. Okay, I like all that. No SMT at that low. Ideally, I'd like to see a push lower again here. I don't really like looking for longs at this point. Nice. Okay, we could catch something pretty big here. We are inside of this 2-minute. We kind of did deliver into our higher time frame perfectly. No SMT at the lows yet. We are SMT'd right here with this internal low, so the 1 minute doesn't look bad. It's just a little bit risky. Ideally, I'd rather wait for this 2-minute to get inverse that we're inside of right now. And if I saw this 2-minute close, but we did open at the 3, so we'll see. 2-minute close here. Last resort, 4-minute. Well, 4-minute flip, so good thing I didn't prematurely enter there. And again, this looks very, very nice. We just continue to manipulate lower into this level. See if we actually are at a discount of this whole range here, or of this 4-hour gap, I mean. We are into a discount. It looks very nice. I would be very upset though if I entered prematurely and we kept going for another low and then took out this high here. I'm gonna try it. And honestly, I'm gonna hold this to data, and this would be pretty huge. We'll see here though. I'd like to take it break even at these at this high up here. I don't see. Yeah, I see us pushing up higher. We'll see though. All right, looks like we're gonna come and take out this low. Do we open up any other gaps? We did not, so we'll see here. I don't like being involved in this chop here. This is macro time. We don't see this 1 minute close. Alright, now you do get the 1 minute close here. I like this. I just want to see price continue to push higher. Alright, and stopped out. To the tick. Yeah, to the tick. So, would have been break even if we could have held through this, but genuinely to the tick and created equal lows. It might save me to just start doing it a point below. I really did like the trade idea there. Price did end up manipulating higher. Where was the 4 minute? I didn't mind the trade ID there at all. It just looks like price continued to want to manipulate lower. Just kind of play around in this range a little bit, and then eventually I think we'll run up for this data high. Yeah. I just want to see if so I entered in right here. So yeah, I would have had, or I entered in right here with my stops right here. So I definitely would have been stopped out, but eventually price ended up running to my data highs, so I just got in the longs a little bit prematurely there. So it's unfortunate. I like the trade ID there though. Again, being at all-time highs, I really want to take longs, put in a new daily high, but we did open up this daily fair value gap below us. So price could want to push up in there. We'll see. Push down in there. We'll see kind of what we get off open here. 1 second. Alright. We are rejecting off of this 4 hour right here though. So ideally we see this 4 hour candle flip. Rejecting off of this volume imbalance. So ideally we don't see price continue any lower here, to be honest, if we want to be bullish. We just are inside multiple 15-minute gaps here, so nothing incredibly high probability that I'm seeing. Well, that makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and mark out this BPR up here. See if we get the push through this BPR. Wow, okay. Well, we put in a new high. Excuse me, I'm sorry. No entries whatsoever. I mean, there's this 5 minute, but it didn't make sense. Well, now being that we put in a new high, I still don't want to short, but this range is going to need to be rebalanced at some point. Wow, we're just going to continue flushing. Yeah, I need to see some sort of 5 minute retracement if I was going to take longs, but at this point, we've already moved 170 points. This range is going to need to be rebalanced at some point, but Yeah, there's nothing. Wow. So just a interesting day of complete pump. There really was nothing I liked here. This was like the only trade that looks semi okay right here. What would this played out for? 1 to 1.5. So this wouldn't have been bad. Kind of just a continuation model, but it's definitely just like an FU long. No higher time frame delivery. Nothing out of the 15-minute, nothing anywhere. So very, very interesting day there. I think this is our last day. That's it. So not ideal. Those 30-second trades definitely threw us off at the start. Right, we took two 30-second losses, and then we took a good win. I don't remember what got me to 605. I honestly should be taking screenshots of these trades. But manage the risk accordingly. What time is it? 9:05. We'll add in a few more days here. Let's just get us through the rest of this week. Alright. Let's go to the next New York session. Looks like we want to continue higher. We did just get this 4-hour inverse though. So I kind of want to watch out for that. And obviously we still have this daily gap below us. But ideally we look for longs here. See if maybe we come for this low. The hourly inverse. Everything is kind of screaming bearish. So we'll see how we reject through this hourly here. Yeah, we'll see. ES has a huge hourly VPR, so lots of room for rejection here. If we are going to go long, we do have this giant hourly fair value gap. So ideally, maybe we leave this high, create equal highs or something. Alright, we take out the high, immediately reject lower. Right inside of this hourly here. Alright, and we take our draw. So this is going to be that low inside of that 4-hour here. So we could reject out of this, but we may want to push into that daily unfilled gap. Yeah, we're going to want to push into the daily. And again, after this type of move, it's like I can't really expect much from the market. We are inside of a 5-minute here. And we're about to open up a 15. There's nothing very high probability about any of this. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to take longs when you're inside of this giant range here. Yes, that's going to be another no trade day, to be honest. It's really nothing light bulb here. Could have entered in off this 15-minute short, but we were still inside the hourly range, so. But we did get a liquidity sweep, and then market immediately just dumped off open. I guess the only short position that would have been bad, I just don't want to short in these markets, but like, could have taken something like this. Just a continuation short down to this liquidity. Based off the CISD, so wouldn't have been terrible, but again, just nothing ideal whatsoever. We now are delivering out of this daily though, so I really want to see price continue to push up higher. We just got a 4-hour inverse. Nothing for price to really retrace to. I want to see us fill this hourly gap. The only thing I'm looking at here is maybe sweeping out this low inside of this 15 minute, and then you've got these lows down here as well. So, and we did just sweep out a high inside of a 15 minute as well, so I want to watch out for that. Alright, immediately we manipulate lower. This is going to be a high resistance high now, so I don't really want to target. I want to be careful with what my targets are here. Alright, we begin to push up here. We swept out all of these lows. This is a great position to be in for longs. I don't really want to pre-fire anything here though. I kind of just want to wait for price to give me more structure. Alright, we got a resweep here. And we're going to open up a 2 minute. 2 minute is actually going to hold. Alright, well, that doesn't make my life any easier. Looks like we want to continue to push lower here. There's not too much below us that I'd like to see price tap into. I would ideally like to see us leave these lows alone. ES is at all-time highs here, so we are very SMT'd, but okay, wait, that, oh my gosh, I just missed my entry. I'm cheating. It's not even cheating. That was my entry right there. I still could lose this trade. But I really just like us continuing to the upside here. ES is so bullish. And we finally got the manipulation I wanted to see. Kind of just manipulating lower. We created all this LR above us here. We have a high instead of a 4 minute. Take it break even up here. And then we have an unfilled 15 minute above. Just take this for something light here. That was break even. So I'll go ahead and take a break even right here just to save myself. Alright, break even trade there. Looks like we're just going to continue pushing lower here. Price is just not giving me any structure. I really don't like anything in these markets right now. The only thing would be this 5 minute close, but I'm still just not very confident in this. 5 minute close would have played out. And it's late in the day, so. Nothing the last couple days. It's very interesting price action, so. Still leaving all-time highs behind. I want to see us take out all-time highs today. We are deep inside this 4 hour here. Maybe we get a rebalance of this range. Tap into EQ or something. But I feel like it's enough for us to deliver into CE of this 4 hours. So hopefully we are able to hold this 4 hour here. Deliver off of this hourly. I don't really want to see us go much lower than this. We'll play this 15 minute as my conditions. I want to see this 15 minute get inverse here. And deliver longs to the upside. how much is we? Okay, yeah, 15-minute did get inverse. Okay, so I like seeing that. Now I feel like we're gonna deliver longs to the upside here. We do have a bunch of highs inside of an hourly though, so I don't want to watch out for that. Okay, it looks like we're gonna come lower now. Sweep out that 930 low. Yeah, we're inside of a huge 30-second BPR. 30-second wouldn't have been bad there, but again, I kind of just want to see price give me more structure. Like ideally, I need to see this 30-second inverse this giant BPR, which at that point the RR is pretty trash, but I mean, this is like not ideal at all. What if I try something like this? This is a complete FU long. This is not a good trade, but I think the draw on liquidity is there. That's break even. Okay. You saw that. This my 930 is break even. Whatever, bro. I'll take the loss. Who cares? That was supposed to be break even though. It was supposed to be free break even long. And it was, but if you're watching right now, just know that was break even. But I'm not gonna use my replay tool because people complain. You're cheating. You're coming back. You're cheating. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. That's fine. Again, I still want to see us deliver higher here. We'll see if we open up a 5-minute. I mean, that was just a terrible trade. You heard me say it. That was not good. It was complete FU. This short would have been good. I just think the draw on liquidity was higher. Short would have been good for just a 1-to-1. Not too prominent of a draw on liquidity below. We're kind of just ranging now. I would really need to see price give me some more structure. This could be alright. We are delivering off this 15-minute. We're SMT'd with this low. One-minute inverse. It's not incredible. I'm gonna go soft stops here again. If I see price close below this area, I'll take it. But and I do really have conviction in us coming up to these highs. But it is protected there. Let's just go 1-to-1. This is a pretty discretionary break-even point here. I mean, ideally I take it here, but we are inside of a higher time frame gap already. Break even. Yeah, failure to close to this 3-minute. Could just adjust my stop or something. Nah, I'll take a break even. Bro, really? The second I go break even. We'll see if we run all the way up to my total draw. I mean, at least I'm getting the draws and liquidity correct in these markets, because these are difficult markets to trade. Wow, we actually left the high. And there we go. So eventually we would have taken it. Would have taken us quite a while, but eventually full TP would have been taken. Yeah, ideally I just need to trust in my system a little bit more. I like the break-even point. It was a difficult point to say not break even because we are inside a bunch of higher time frame gaps here. But I could have let us run a little bit longer for sure. Ideally, when the body closes above this candle, I mean, yeah, that would have been. There's really not much ways to avoid the break even there, to be honest. Really not much ways, so kind of just unfortunate. Could have gotten in at this close right here, though, too. Right, like something like this. You would have gotten break even, though, so. These are definitely interesting markets, for sure. Kind of difficult to navigate through. These all-time highs aren't playing out how typical all-time highs would. We're getting a lot of short positions. And then the long positions come later in the day. But we took out all-time highs. It looks like we are rejecting lower, though. Looks like we want to come for this draw. Inverse all these gaps. Respecting off of this 1 hour. So maybe we go shorts here, but again, I don't really want to flip the bias. Kind of just have to see what price gives us. Get the 2-minute here, actually. I'm going to sweep of this low. We're delivering out of this 15. So I don't hate this. Right, we get the 2-minute inverse here. We could try this. Kind of got a bunch of LR. Yeah, there's not really an incredible draw on liquidity here. This is a very high resistance area as well. Kind of longing back into the manipulation. Go soft stops here. Go in with like 0.5 risk here. And go soft stops. Nice. Take this break even up here. Okay, I like that momentum. At this point, we'll go break even. We did just sweep out a high inside of a fair value gap, though, so we'll see if this full draw gets hit. Nice, full TP. Cool. Very, very nice. I like the trade there. I like the draw on liquidity as well, so nothing bad about that. And then that's the last day, so let me grab a quick screenshot of this. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Not a bad session. These were definitely difficult markets to navigate through. So not a great performance today. These 30 seconds really threw me off at the start though. This was not a great 30-second trade there. This was definitely break even. This was a great trade. I like these. Um, this loss was avoidable. Yeah, this loss was avoidable. Stop loss position. So definitely some avoidable losses there, but I don't mind it at all. We took no trades on Mondays and then 50% win rate every other day. So not bad. We're still up on the account. Good risk management. So just not ideal there. So, but all in all, good session. So that's going to do it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow. No trades today with FOMC, but hopefully we get some good price action tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be back for another day tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.